Hello everyone, this is Prof Mobius and today I'm going to demonstrate the new version of Opis 1.1.0. This version is mostly centered on entities and providing some entity tracking for your server. So the first functionality, which doesn't require to run the profiler itself with Opis start and stop, is a simple overlay of all entities per chunk. So here we can see all the chunks with entities. If I select one of the chunks with center mouse click, I'm going to have a list of all the entities inside the chunk. And here on the side, I have a list of all the chunks with entities sorted by number of entities. So it's a good way to find out those secret hidden farms where people are just raising tons of cows and chickens and everything. So here, for example, we have a 67, which is way above the mean value. So if we double click on it, it's going to center us on this chunk, which appear like really dark red. And we have a list of all the entities, so only chickens. And if we click on one of the entity, it's going to teleport us directly to the entity in question, and here we go, like hidden chicken farm. So it's a good way to prevent people from just raising a lot of animals and lagging your server, or find where the lag is. The next functionality is more informative. If you do opis and ent for number of entities, it's going to give you a list of all the entity type on your server and the number of entity. So in this case we have 17 creepers, we have 1 player, we have 175 chicken, 28 sheep, etc, etc. So you can't really do anything with this list, but it gives you a good overview of what is on the server right now. And it's a way to determine if, for example, a mod is overproducing one kind of entity or something. The next functionality does require you to run Opis, so let's just run it for a short run and see what we can get. So now, if I do Opis ent, it's going to show me a proper profiling of all the entities on the server. So here we have the type, the ID, which is like an internal number for the server, and we are going to use it in the next step. Dimension, the position, the update time in microseconds, and the number of data points. So this value is, I didn't put it for the tile entities, because tile entities do not move. Entity does, and they spawn and despawn. So it's the number of total data points you got for this specific entity. For example, in the case of this Enderman, we got 79 data points instead of 250. It means that this Enderman spawned during the run. If you don't have at least 100 data points, the data can be wrong or not exactly correct. So it's better to ignore those with lower values and concentrate on those with proper values. One functionality is now that you have this list, let's just like click on the minecart chest, and it's going to teleport you directly on the entity in question here. So you can jump to entities to check what they are doing and what they are, and etc, etc. So let's just, yeah. So now, let's say I go back to, yeah, the card disappeared because it despawned. So this ship, this one here, its ID is 118, okay, and dimension 0. So one thing you can do is opis kill, so dimension 0, ID 118, and it's going to just remove the entity from the world. So if you have really high ticking entities and you don't want to go there and kill it by hand, you can just write down the ID and kill it directly. For example, this chicken, which is 204. Yeah, it's one of those. So if I put 204 here, so I just like removed it from the world, and you can see that now the next one is 203. The 204 is just removed, so we don't have it in the list anymore. So that's about it for this update. So I hope it's going to help you pinpoint those three nasty lag and huge farm that people tend to build on server. And this update was mainly for entities. The next one is going to be more about interface and commands and trying to sort out all the quirks and everything. I'm starting to have a lot of different screens and commands and everything, so I want to try to put everything together. So next update is going to be more about interface and data usability. Hope you enjoy, cheers, and good server debugging.